On this episode of In Touch with Reality, we head over to Santa Fe Catholic High School. And every time we walk into a school, it's bigger than basketball. It's bigger than the haircut. This is about reaching out, touching the next generation. We believe confidence starts from within, but sometimes it begins in the chair. So today we came to bless these young men with some confidence through the Clippers, encouragement through conversation, and vision for life beyond the game. This is more than a haircut. This is more than basketball. These are conversations that shift culture. Welcome to In Touch with Reality.
It's bigger than a haircut. It's mindset, it's hard work, it's believing in yourself. Love your life, put the work in, watch it flourish. Plant the seed, stay down, you know it's worth it. On tour, yeah, we touching all the community. Trust your process, you become what you believe. Overcome your thoughts, that's a real fight. Work every day, build a real life. From the chair to the screen, we creating change. If you want a new life, you can't stay the same. Love your life, put the work in, watch it grow. Stay solid even when it's moving slow. Touch the city, yeah, we really in the streets. Trust your process, you become what you believe. In touch with reality. Conversations that shift culture. You must believe.
Welcome to In Touch with Reality, where we have conversations that shift the culture. And today I have my man Uriah Newkerk. Pleasure to meet you, Uriah.
Nice to meet you too.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Boy, before we get started, man, I see y'all had that double overtime loss, brother. How? What happened, man? What happened?
It really came down just to anybody's game and who made shots, and I think that's really what happened. And they made shots when we did it down in the crunch time, and double OT is where things get sticky and people get tired. So yeah, they made shots and we pretty much didn't. So.
Oh man, dang, tough. And if I'm not mistaken, that was the first time you guys played victory? No, that was the second time.
Yeah, the second time.
Okay, so it's almost certain that y'all gonna see him in the district tournament, right?
Yeah, probably.
Oh man, so it's gonna be I know that's gonna be a heck of a game. You looking forward to it?
Yes, sir.
Cool. What kind of cut are we gonna do today, you right?
Just a low temp with a lineup.
Okay, just try to keep it as low as possible.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Perfect. Man, now I'm happy to have you in my chair, man. It's been a pleasure meeting a lot of you young men as we've been going around to the schools, Uriah. I see you have a 3.8 GPA.
Yes, sir.
What? My man in them books too. All right. What's your favorite subject right now?
Probably math.
Why so math?
Because you can always get a direct answer out of it. It's not, ifs, ands, or buts about it. You plug stuff in and you're always gonna get either a wrong or right answer, so.
Man, you lucky because I feel like you have that natural ability. It didn't come that easy for me when I was in school, brother.
Yeah.
I struggled in math. I leaned on people like you. I'm sorry. You are the starting two guard?
Two guard.
Oh, okay. How's it like being the starting two guard for Santa Fe?
It's really good playing against, good teams and playing alongside Toby as well. Because, he's going to get the ball in your hands, whether you like it or not. But he's going to get you the ball. And it's good having somebody like that where you can really depend on and get shots up with. So it's fun playing the two here.
If you could have a running mate in a two-man situation on the court, I would imagine he's the guy you would like to run it with.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Okay, that's what's up, man. I see you average, 12 points a game this year?
Yeah.
Oh, man. What would you prefer to do, shoot or go to the rim? What's your go-to move?
Shooting.
Really?
Yeah, I've always been a shooter, and I feel like I'll remain to be a shooter. But I also want to, elevate my game more, which I am. And it's starting to translate a little more when I have bad shooting games. I can get to the rack.
When did you first pick up basketball?
Around the age of 4.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
First season when I played at Simpson Park. And I remember, I think I scored off of a free throw. That was my only point the whole season. And I remember the next year, my dad asked me, he was like, do you really want to take basketball serious? And I think that's when I told him, yeah. And I trained from then on, and I took off from there.
Oh, wow, that's good, man. Now, mom and dad is in your life?
Yes.
That's good, man. I'm happy to hear that, man. And not a lot of young men get to have both parents in the home. How does that make you feel as a young player, being able to have both mom and dad to lean on when you're at home?
It's really a blessing, to be honest. My parents are divorced, but at the end of the day, it's still a blessing to have both of them and be able to depend and lean on them. And although I went through hard times with the divorce, I feel like it's taught me a lot of things as a young man to, be careful with certain situations that you go through and really just have an open eye to everything. So
Okay.
I think that having two parents is really a blessing, and I'm just grateful.
And that they can both work cohesively to ensure that you and your brothers, you have sisters as well.
Yep.
Okay. Have a network of two parents that know how to work cohesively together.
Yep.
That's what's up, man. Now, like I said, you have brothers and sisters. How many brothers and sisters do you have?
I have 3 brothers and 1 sister.
Where are you in that?
I'm the middle child.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
What's it like being the middle child, man?
People like to say the middle child is probably the least favorite, but I think I'm the favorite.
What?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm right along with those people because I too am a middle child, and I felt like I was not the favorite. But why do you feel so strongly that you were the favorite?
I don't know. I think I'm the most calm, and I don't know. I'm very calm and lenient. So I just stay to myself, and I try to basically make the best grades and make my parents as happy as possible.
That's good, brother. I appreciate that, and I'm sure they appreciate that as well.
Yeah.
Now, with you being the starting 2, how long have you been starting?
This is my first year. Last year, I was hurt. A lot of the season, I was hurt maybe 15 games. So I really only played 10 last season. So I battled through injuries all last season.
Really?
And freshman year, I played JV. It was a building year, a big learning curve from going to play middle school basketball to high school. So yeah, this is my first year really getting to play like true minutes and starting. So.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Now, with this being your first year, and then you just told me about your journey to this point. If I were an 8th grader, if I were, a young person right now watching this, and I want to know what's a key to having some sort of success on the high school level, what would be something that you would advise to me?
I would really just say keep your head down and work. I mean, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. So I really think that's a motto that some kids should stick to. And if you really want to be good at what you say you want to be good at, you have to put the work in.
Can you say that for me one more time?
To do so. I said hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. So
talent don't work hard. That's some wise words, young
yeah.
man. Yes, sir. I like that.
Yeah. So really just put in the work and time and just grind.
Right. Has there ever been anything someone, a coach possibly, a teammate has ever said that stuck with you, and in some moments in the game, it's kind of like you could hear it in the back of your head and you try to implement it in the game at the moment?
Yeah, for sure. Don't let a good or bad game define you. I think a lot of people do that. They base their life off the success that they have in their sport or whatever they do in their life. So I think really, like, if you have a bad game, you can soak on it in that moment, but really just get past it because it's not who you are as a person.
What's a dream job, career you would like to do if, say, for the off chance that basketball don't work out?
I want to stick to sports, whether that be we're into like sports journalism or anything like that. So to get into like commentating or really just writing scripts for stuff like that, or even sports medicine, I think that really just being around the thought of sports and stuff like that, it'll make me happy because I want to be happy with what I do in my life. And I also want to travel the world. I think that being like an archaeologist or something would be cool. Just to go around the world and dig up old fossils and stuff. I think that'll be neat.
That's deep. I like that. If you could have your choice of any school to help you get to that particular type of any of those fields, good fields to work in, what school would it be?
My dream school is Florida, for sure.
Oh man, Florida.
Yeah.
Please tell me you forgot to mention the state after that.
Nah.
Just joking with you, man. Go Gators, man. One of my classmates actually went to Florida, and you know what I'm saying. As much as I might make it sound like it, I root for all of our schools in this great state when they're not playing my Seminoles. But why Florida? What sticks out to you about Florida, whether it's academically or athletically?
I think really just growing up around it. My grandfather, big diehard fan from Florida. He passed away when I was around 6 years old, so that was a big statement in my life, and I just think that having that statement makes me like just dream of being there. And also just academically and athletically, they're just superior to a lot of schools.
So you could say, it's safe to say that you could say that you don't like to run away from adversity.
No.
You like to go straight to it.
Yeah.
Has there ever been a moment in a game where you feel like one of your teammates may have maybe felt a little smaller in the moment and you had to kind of reel them in and bring them into that moment with you?
Oh yeah, last night we played Victory. You know, Shannon missed 2 threes down the stretch, but you know, he shoots those shots 100 times a week. So, I mean, we all trust him, and he threw his head down during the play, and I told him, I mean, we got 2 minutes left in this game, so the game ain't over till that clock hits 0, and we need you. And we wouldn't even been that close without him, so I try to make sure that my teammates' heads are up, and even mine. So, yeah.
At what point did you feel like, you know, I have to embrace this leader role? Because clearly you have all of the earmarkings of a leader, someone that teammates look up to and can rely on to be in the moment. Was there a moment where you felt that that was the beginning of you being that vocal, that kind of force that pulls everybody into you?
Yeah, really when Tate graduated last year, and I knew that this was going to be Toby's last year, I really figured that like I have to be the one to step up. I've been here for, this is going to be my 3rd year. And I really have to be that vocal leader and the one who brings us together, because when Toby's down or he's not having a good game, like who's going to be there to do it, to lift our teammates up? So I think that was the biggest thing that stuck out to me when having to take on that role. If
I was an incoming high school freshman next year, an 8th grader, what's a bit of advice you would give me to prepare for what's coming when I come to high school, especially if I have a desire to want to be a basketball player?
Just be a kid, and also just be a student. Also, like learn to just sit down and do your work, and get good grades in the classroom. Because at the end of the day, that's where life's gonna take you. You know, your brain. Yes, and I think it also helps you on the court. I think having that intellect and stuff like that, it helps me read things differently and see stuff differently. So I just think be a student, a high IQ student at that, and just, even if you aren't, just try your hardest in the class and just be the best you can on and off the court, because that's who you're going to be in the future. That's what you're going to grow into as a person. So I think build that staple as soon as you get into high school, because it matters.
That's some good stuff right there. I appreciate that, Uriah, man. And on that note, this has been In Touch with Reality. I'm Alton. He's Uriah. Y'all stay tuned. We got a lot more coming, and stay tuned.
What do you feel like you can do better right now to take your game to the next level?
I could definitely push the ball more, handle the ball more, take the pressure off Toby from the defense and stuff, because you know he the main threat, and that's how other teams view it. But they don't know we got other dogs like me and Uriah, so we bring a lot into our team, and we help a lot around.
How do you set your game apart from theirs, and at what point do you use that as leverage to take your game to the next level?
You know, it's very tough. You know, a lot of pressure. A lot of people expect a lot from me in the county and stuff, but I try to block that stuff out and do my own thing, try to make a name for myself. It's hard, but you just gotta keep pushing when there's a lot of pressure on you. So I just try to make a name for myself every night. I go out there and compete and try to be the best I can be.
Toby,
what's going on?
how you doing today, man?
Doing pretty well. How about you?
Doing good, man. Doing good. So from what I'm hearing, man, that I'm cutting one of the best players in Lakeland hair today, right? And it's actually an honor because I've seen you play a few times, and I just want to get right into it, man. What kind of cut we doing?
It's a little taper on the sides, I'd say.
Taper on the side?
Mm-hmm.
Bro, we just talked about this. You told me you wanted a ball head. No. So we're not going to do the...
No.
You guys played victory, right? Mm-hmm. You guys went into double overtime.
Yeah.
Right? So the first overtime, you guys went up 5 points, right? What's going through your mind up 5 in that moment? Like, what's going on right now?
Just got to be solid. You know, can't gamble too much. Just got to be smart. Got to crash the boards. Can't let anything easy, nothing open. And on offense, you know, just be smart when we get the ball. Don't force nothing stupid. Get the best shot we can. And that's pretty much it.
Good stuff, good stuff. I know you guys, that victory team is like you guys kryptonite, right?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
district game. What do you feel like you guys could do better against victory to actually beat them?
You know, they got a bunch of good guards and a bunch of big paint presence. So it's really hard to stop them defensively. But I mean, the main thing I'd say is just if we can rebound offensively and defensively and be really good about our gap defense, I feel like that's a huge impact that we can have in the game and possibly could have led us to winning that game last night.
Floor General, you guys hear it? The Floor General himself.
Sir.
Tuck is on the other team, and that's your guy.
Yeah.
What are you guys talking about before the game, coming into these head-up matchups?
Yeah.
Like what is being said? Just a few things.
You know, we just like to play around with each other. You know, I mean, we know at the end of the day, this is just a game, and it's not the end of the world if we win or lose. But you know, I just want to go out there and have fun and play the best of our ability and just compete. We're obviously both competitive, so we'll make a bunch of jokes with each other and just be like, if I'm guarding that game, you know, if that's my job, that's my role of that game, I'll be like, bro, you're not scoring, you're not doing nothing in this game. Just mess around like that, you know. But most part, we're just having fun, just joking around, just little things like that.
Great stuff, man. Great stuff. I mean, for myself, I have played against some of my close friends. Chris Richard, Thomas Williams, Taiwan Hillary, Torrey Harris. Is one more I'm missing. Quan Smith was on Kathleen High School when I played at Lakeland High School basketball. That was their basketball team. Great guy. Chris Richard went on to play in the NBA. And when we played against him, me and my cousin Terrence Wilson, great athlete as well, it was a dog fight, right? But we played on the Lakeland Fire together coming up. We played up under Terrence McGriff there with the Fire, 13 and under, up until I think we were 16 if I'm not mistaken. And it was a great journey. But playing against some of your, close friends is like you have to, you're not my friend right now.
Yeah, enemies. As soon as you step on the court.
I have on a different jersey.
Yeah. Not
right?
friends no more.
I'll knock you in the mouth.
Yeah, exactly.
Having a 4.2 GPA, playing at the level that you play at, like how do you balance being a star athlete, scholar? How do you balance that?
A bunch of my friends and buddies, if they're in class or they're at school, they like to goof around, they don't really pay attention. But I feel like main thing is just you can't goof around in the classroom. You gotta, when there's work to be done, you gotta get it done, and then you can play after. It's just priorities, and you gotta know what's more important in that moment. So I'd say just getting your work done as soon as possible and not slacking and procrastinating. That's a big thing. And we have practice after school every day, so in between practices or after practice, as soon as you get home or as soon as you get that time alone, you gotta knock it out as soon as possible.
Would you say that your dad or your mom or your brother has pushed you to be such a technician on everything that you touch?
I definitely say I got it from my mom. She's very, OCD.
Shout out, Mom.
Yeah, very OCD and perfectionist. She loves to, she wants everything in a specific spot. Very just get this done. Kind of like a control freak a little bit, but not a control freak. And I definitely carry those traits, and they come with all the school stuff, basketball stuff. Not leaving without, making a certain amount of shots, or not leaving until I get every single piece of work done that I need. Just not being lazy. I definitely get that trait from my mom.
Man, that's a great trait to have, man. That's a great trait to have. So I talked to more than a few players at different schools or whatnot, and I'm really big on planning ahead, which is very similar to what you're seeing. Having a daily regimen has allowed me to get to the pinnacle that I've made it to. Been in business for the last 13 years. Like I told you guys earlier, I was a quarterback at Lakeland High School, and back then I didn't have a daily regimen, right? So I feel like I was a lot more inconsistent than I am now. But now that I have that daily regimen, it's like I could take on my day before it even happens, right? So whatever the day consists of, I'm able to like, hey, I'm ready. I'm ready for it. So every morning I get up and listen to I'm big on the pray app. I listen to the pray app in the shower. And those mornings that I don't, if I took a shower that night, I still listen to the pray app, right? Yeah. Do me like 50 to 80 push-ups on the side of the sink just to crank me up for the day. So whatever happens during that day, I'm ready for it. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
So having that daily regimen, do you feel like you have a daily regimen?
Of course, yeah. I'm very big on just routine and having that like schedule going in each day. I listen to Christian music when I'm in the shower as well, getting ready for the day. On the way to school, listen to Christian music. Wake up, reading the Bible, a couple chapters every morning. Like to pray right after my, reading the Bible, whatever. So yeah, I love my schedule. I love having that like routine and everything. It just gets me started for the day.
Y'all know how I feel about that Bible, boy. That Bible is a real game changer, man. Sure. Toby actually reads the Bible. I ain't even got to that level yet, right? I have to be more intentional with my time, right? Because I listen, and I'm more of a person that listens, and it's okay to listen, but in the word it says that we should read the word for ourselves to get our own understanding, right? We should read the words, right? Of course. Great stuff, man. Keep up the great stuff, man. I love it. I love it. Your brother is Trey Lane, right? Another dog, right? How has Trey Lane, your brother, older brother, you being the second born, how has he pushed you to the pinnacle that you play at now, like to the level that you play at now? How has he pushed you to be Toby?
If you know me and my brother closely, you know that there's a bunch of driveway fights and late nights we're going at it, and someone leaves bloody, crying, just something bad going on. And I feel like those moments, those memories will never not be where it all started. That's where it started for me to just, keep on going, even when it gets hard, even when, it's like it gets tough and you feel like you don't know what you're doing, you don't know where you're going. That's where you just got to keep pushing, just trusting in yourself, trusting in the work that you put in, and trusting the process. And most of all, of course, leading back to the God thing, just, trusting in his process for your life and the plan that he has for you, and just, just knowing that he has your back no matter what. I definitely think that's where it started. And without him, I don't think I'd be the person I'd be on and off the court. Because he's been a big role model for me in my life, and he's pushed me to be the player that I am for sure, and definitely the man that I am today.
I talk to a lot of people in the barbershop, and I feel like a lot of people don't understand the significance of how the Lord puts us in positions to make us feel like we losing or we doing the wrong thing, right? And I always tell people to think about what you prayed for, right? Because when we're going through these times that are kind of, we feel like it's uncertain, or like, I don't know what's gonna happen right now. I'm kind of, I ain't got no money right now, or I got bad grades right now. The Lord is pushing you to the level that you have asked for. That's what he's doing, right? It's a process that we have to go through to get to that next level in order for us to actually push through to be ready for what we asked for. What has been one of the hardest decisions that you've made as a leader of Santa Fe basketball team?
I'd say I've missed out on a bunch of opportunities as a leader. I would say I've been a leader since my freshman year, coming on as a 15-year-old. I had to step up to that role early in my high school career, and I missed out on a lot of opportunities. I feel like to not only just hold somebody accountable, but to make the winning play and to step up into that that opportunity that's been given. So I feel like that's like the biggest thing that I regret and that I wish I could change.
On the court, you that dude. So what have you done? Listen to what you said. Came in as a freshman, 15 years old, young guy. What have you done different to fill that void with knowing that you have been the leader that you are? what have you done different to step into those shoes?
To be honest, I'd leaned a lot on my teammates, you know, knowing that they trusted me, they believe in me as a leader and as a player, and I feel like that, them giving me that freedom and giving me that confidence to go out there and trust in myself to be a leader, that's been a huge part. And I hope and pray that, you know, I don't miss another opportunity, that I don't miss another chance, that I get to, you know, put my team in the best position that they can be.
What is your mindset in that when you come out on the court, right? The game just started, right? Before you in warm-ups, like what are you thinking to like go for 35 in that game? Was it the first shot that you hit, like this is it, I'm going, or it was somebody on that team? What was that?
To be honest, going into the game, I try not to think too much, because I feel like if that just leads me to overthink and just, you know, stress myself out. Right. So going into the game, each game that I go into, I try to just be, you know, at peace with it, just be knowing that, you know, like I said earlier, you know, God has a plan and He's already gone before me, and that He knows how this play is going to turn out and how this game's going to go. And no matter what, you know, I'm just going to give Him all the glory and all the honor that He deserves. So I go in there just thinking, clear mind, go out there and play my hardest. That's all I can do, and just everything else will fall in place.
That 2 Corinthians, I know I lean on it all the time, 2 Corinthians 5:7, walk by faith and not by sight. If you had a chance to pick a college today, right now, in this moment, what college would it be and why?
My dream college is the University of North Carolina. I've grown up watching them, you know, with Marcus Page, Joel Berry, Luke May, Caleb Love, all them. You know, just watching them play, watching them under Roy Williams and all that. It's been like a dream of mine. I mean, it's a very hard school to reach, especially, you know, at my, you know, height and everything that I have. But you know, that's my dream. That would be the greatest thing I could accomplish. That's my dream school. That's where I want to play.
Hey man, with that mindset, with that drive, with knowing what you just said in this interview, you will definitely play Division I basketball. So I would say, keep going, Toby. Great stuff. I'm proud of you, man. And the world, look out for Toby Lane. This is the guy.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Every day, our job is to try and get them to become better as a team. So that includes just being unselfish, learning that the work might not guarantee results now or never, but if you just continuously put it in, you're gonna get more out of it. And so when it comes to individual growth, I mean, we're working on skills. We work on skills year round, every day, trying to get better. And that's gonna help the team, because better players make more plays. So our leaders of the team are, I mean, it's been Toby Lane since he walked on campus as a freshman. He was a vocal leader from the very start. And how we truly empower our leaders is we give them defined roles early on. Last year we had Cyrus and Tate were in charge of the Cyrus and Jacob Lackey were in charge of the weight room. Tate and Toby were in charge of on the track. And so then we just went from there with those leadership roles, is trying to get them to find their voice, want to lead with humility, lead with guidance, lead with connection, and just truly like push this to the next level. Make it better than how you found it.
It's about confidence, mentorship, and community. To the players, the coaches, the teachers, and the families, thank you for allowing us to come into your school and be a part of your program. This is bigger than basketball. This is bigger than the haircuts. This is In Touch with Reality. Conversations that shift culture.
Love your life, put the work in, watch it flourish. Plant the seed, stay down, you know it's worth it. On tour, yeah, we touching all the communities. Trust your process, you become what you believe. Overcome your thoughts, that's the real fight. Work every day, build a real life. From the chair to the screen, we creating change. If you want a new life, you can't stay the same. Love your life, put the work in, watch it grow. Stay solid even when it's moving slow. Touch the city, yeah, we really in the streets. Trust your process, you become what you believe. In touch with reality. Conversations that shift culture. You must believe.
On the next episode of Intel with Reality, we head over to Victory Christian Academy, where we meet another group of hungry players, a dedicated coaching staff, and a program built on discipline and hard work. We'll sit down with two of their premier players and their head coach to talk leadership, adversity, and what it really takes to win in basketball and in life. We'll see you at the next school. This is In Touch with Reality.